Howdy, welcome back. Is the end of the day, and I have already made my end of the day post for TikTok sharing what happened on the farm today. But I have been so present today with life that as I was starting to chill out for the evening, I was burning some sage, and I saw a card from one of my decks pop in my head, and it said Pattern Master. And it was this deck. The card was Pattern Master. And what I was actually seeing in my head was these two cards merged as one. Oh man, the lighting. I gotta do something about the lighting. Hold on. Okay. So I'll show you again. Yes, way better. It's those two cards. And they were merged into one image. I'm gonna see if I can get an AI rendition of it to look like what I saw. But the cards, very hot and cold, right? Very hot and cold. It's the lower chakras and the upper chakras. So I was seeing it in my mind's eye as Pattern Master. So let's hear what the guidebook has to say. See the patterns. While life can offer us random moments and experiences beyond our control, we also experience repeating moments because we have a particular pattern of behavior that has a dominant influence. In these moments, we find ourselves having similar experiences that result in the same outcome. If the outcome is a rewarding one, we will repeat the experience to reap the reward. And why not? But what if the pattern offers a greater consequence than a reward, or ever reducing benefits, or appears to be a reward on the surface but is doing harm? What if the pattern of behavior does more harm than good? If you feel like a part of your life is on repeat, it might be doing so because you have embraced a behavior pattern that drives and creates the experience. It might be time to explore your behavior and the beliefs that influence these repeating moments. It is one thing to create a structured life that offers rewards that fulfill and move you forward in a beneficial manner. But it is another to allow unconscious programming to create moments of chaos, hurt, or harm. Every experience offers both reward and consequence. We all have our own unique patterns of behaviors and habits. We all play a role in what we experience. It is time for you to take a closer look and determine whether your patterns are serving you well or doing harm to you or those you love. Yes, some habits are hard to break, but by fostering new, healthier habits, you can break a harmful pattern and free yourself to move forward and open your mind. An open mind is a curious mind. It is a mind that embraces expansion and potential. It is a mind that accepts that it is not all-knowing. It takes a degree of vulnerability and courage to admit that you don't have every answer, to acknowledge that on some subjects you are ignorant but willing to learn, and that there may also be things you need to unlearn. Recognizing the pattern. An open mind is a mind that is less willing to be defined by the beliefs it contains and more willing to accept that one's beliefs can and sometimes should change and evolve. It is also a mind that is less willing to be defined by others' beliefs or opinions. Understand that you can have an open mind and still reject opinions or beliefs that defy logic or have no foundation in fact or reason. An open mind can still be a mind that is discerning and capable of critical, rational thought. Encountering those who hold different beliefs and opinions offers the awareness that we all experience life uniquely. Experience shapes our relationship with the world and those around us. By listening to others, sharing thoughts and ideas with those we have come from, sharing thoughts and ideas with those we have come from all walks of life. Oh, we add to our knowledge and increase our understanding. We expand our minds. We open to the awareness of how individuals' experiences, knowledge, and understanding influence their actions and behavior. As you open your mind and expand your awareness, you will see how everything is connected. You will see how every choice you have made has moved you forward and shaped your reality. You will also see, accept, and forgive the mistakes you have made and know that you will make more. Yeah. Make mistakes every day. Mistakes will no longer have the same power to instill shame or regret because they have become an opportunity to learn. To learn is to grow. Open yourself to new experiences, new people, and new ideas. Allow your mind to be challenged. Allow your mind to question. Explore and discover. Allow the seeker to seek. Why was I seeing that? I was thinking about how neurodivergence runs in families. And I was beginning to see patterns of behavior. And I had a conversation with my oldest daughter a couple weeks ago about how frustrating my mom can be because she can say that she wants you to do something and then you do that thing, but it wasn't exactly how or what she intended for you to do. Now, I can understand that frustration. However, why is it that now at my age that I am, I can totally interpret what my mom means and intends, and if I have questions because I'm unsure, because there's missing pieces in the pattern, I always ask. Sometimes 3 times. Oh my. So, behavior patterns. But her behavior patterns shaped a way of thinking for me. And I fought against it. And now I'm seeing, now that I'm older, and I'm looking back at like how I keep my house and how I run my house. I never had a transition period moving into this home. Most of the furniture in this house is furniture that I grew up with. And this house is eerily similar setup to my dad's parents' home. the floor feel like I don't know, there's something about it that is very eerily similar to her house. And a lot of people say that I remind them of her in some ways. Pattern master. We've got goddess of the moon and woman holding a coin again. So this goes back to this morning's reading. Interesting. Your independence. Trusting your gut. Happy family at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so fuck this, man. Like, this all goes back to this morning's reading. I'll link it in the description. You know what you have to do, so leave. So this is the person who has now left. You have suddenly recognized the pattern, the cycle, and you refused to continue to move forward with it because you were using your intuition. You recognize the ability for yourself to be stable for yourself. And you stopped letting another person shape what you do. You chose you. You fucking beautiful goddess, you. And the reward for this now is happy family. From the beginning to the end, from the end to the beginning, it's the same story, forwards and backwards. It's for somebody. It has to do with the cycle. There are 66 books in the Bible. And the book of Revelation is the book of Genesis reversed. From chaos to order. From order to chaos. To order to chaos. Cycle. You saw it and you broke it. And you're free. So if you resonated with this morning's reading, you may have already broken out of this situation like me. And you are on the road to peace. Can you tell me more, please? The Chariot. The Nine of Cups. Page of Wands. And the Five of Cups. Okay, so we've got a couple reversals here, actually. Oh, no, they're all reversed. So the deck was upside down. Okay. All right, so at the bottom of the deck here, we've got burden with the Ten of Wands. What was your burden that you were carrying? Was it somebody else's emotional baggage that you were carrying around with you that wasn't yours? Delays and disappointment. Lack of ambition and wasting time. You've known for a long time that you needed to do what you did. You know, I mean, Leaving somebody else is just one metaphor. This could be anything. It seemed like every time that you tried, you just couldn't make it happen. And then you learned about reciprocity, generosity, the art of give and take. You started making decisions for yourself. This is the Six of Cups. You couldn't have made those decisions for yourself if you hadn't gone and looked over the memories from the last 3 decades of your life and saw the patterns of behavior. And you changed it. You decided to write a new story. Congratulations. I think we need to throw ourselves a party. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, your independence. I can't believe what my life is right now. I cannot fucking believe it. I am filled with so much joy every day, and whatever I want, I just get it. Within reason. I mean, we have to budget, right? But I'm the one who makes the decisions for the things in my life, and I'm not dependent on anybody else's emotions anymore to determine what I do or don't do with my day. What the fuck is my life? I was stuck in a story for so long with somebody who didn't respect me, was predatory, and an addict. And I had submitted to the fact that that was going to be my life forever. I did. Because I had empathy for the dragon. I saw him as a flawed human being. He loves me and nobody else is going to love me. I'm not worthy of anybody else. I'm just going to stay. Until it started to piss me off. 5 of Cups. I had to cut that cord. I had to energetically pull away, and I had. We hadn't had sex in I don't even know how long. And it had been 18 months since the last time I told him that I loved him. But as long as I stayed in that house, and I thought I was doomed to be there forever and just live with my life the way that it was, I was at peace with that decision. Until my soul started to scream at me, and I was just fucking flabbergasted that somebody could care 2 fucking shits, not even 2 shits, about the family that he had been raising for 20 years. It was never about the family. It was always about the ego. Chariot. Three pickup trucks and 3 carloads. Plus a carload with my dogs, because I had already brought a carload here on June 19th. I hadn't spoke to him hardly about anything. I was keeping his sister informed as to when I would be leaving, everything that was going on, blah, blah, blah. She knew it, but his family was in a situation where we'll believe it when we see it. Especially after last year when I didn't leave and I was packed up to go and I didn't. I mean, there was a whole mass of lessons that happened from February to July 7th of last year. You know, that short 5-month span was about recognizing my savior complex, recognizing that the other person is a fallible human being and being okay with it. Radical acceptance. But there was a lesson in accountability also, a humongous lesson about accountability, and I still won. And at the same time, I was learning about reciprocity and that it was okay to receive. It was okay. And as I started to allow it while still giving, but now I was allowing people to give back to me, I started noticing that things were changing. Things were changing in a big way. And by my birthday last year, let's say Lionsgate last year, I was starting to see the freaking patterns. So it took me a whole other year. That was the fastest 12 months of my life, because when my mom said that she was going to buy this property and wanted to know if I was interested in renting it from her, I didn't hesitate. I said yes. But with a caveat, like I really can only afford $1,000 a month. And now here we are. And it is right and good and proper to be enthusiastic, but also to be humbled. Because if I had not been humbled, I would not be sitting in this position. And within the course of 12 months, my credit score went up 120 points. I got my car back with little to no fighting after the court. The motor was paid for. And then everything started to change because my life became about accountability. And then I hyperfixated on all kinds of other stuff, and you can watch my journey here on YouTube. Shameless plug. But seriously, this message is for somebody. I hope it gives you motivation and encouragement to keep doing what you're doing. I love you so much, and I hope you guys have a great night. Later.